Another morning, another challenge. This morning we're catching steers to take to the butcher tomorrow. You may have noticed in the last video there was a red herring. There was a drill and the screws. We were going to catch steers then, but we had all those calves and we didn't want to disturb everybody, so we're waiting till today and hopefully it'll go smoothly. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Probably the most important thing I got to do today is to go through this door. So what, through that door again? We got to go up here and move them in here. I wish I could do that. We got to move this plywood into the pen to block off the gate. First of all, just tip it over. There we go. Let's go over the gate and in the pen and see what chaos we have out here. What do you guys want? You're just yelling at me. Do you guys think you might want to come in here and investigate? You certainly do, and you're a candidate. You guys. We're going to try something a little different here. Normally we open up this whole yard and then sort them into this little pen here, but this... Excuse me. This time we're going to open these two gates and make a little laneway for them to go into the pen, and hopefully we can get the right two. You guys need to learn some manners. Look at them all going in here. They want to go in and check it out. What do we got in there? Anything?
I don't know. There's chaos. You have the one you want. Probably the other two.
What?
Him and...
Do we get the ripped ear one? No.
I can't tell. There's just too much in here.
Good. Now we got to sort them out. We got a whole bunch in here. Well, she's going.
She's going.
Come on, out you go. There's one. You go. You don't go. You guys, Doc, you can go. You two can go. You can go 2012. Go ahead.
Nope.
You can go. It's a lot easier to sort the ones we want with a little paint on their back so we can keep track of who's who. Definitely want you. I'm thinking we're going to get a nicer sized one here. You want to come in? What are you? You're a steer. No, you're a heifer. Who is this?
That's the unmarked one that was in the heifer pen earlier.
So she's to go?
Yes.
We're going to take you and you over there. One steer, one heifer. Then we'll sort the rest of these guys out. There you go.
Nope.
Four more. She's going?
Yes.
Come on, go back to eat, hey. Come on, you go back to eat.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go. There we go. So these are the two we caught here. We've got one steer and one heifer that's slightly smaller. They're both 2020 cattle. And they're agitated because they can see through the gate, so out of sight, out of mind, that's what the plywood's for. Once we get the herd back out to pasture, these two can settle in here. They got lots of hay to eat, and we'll put some water over here. Oh my gosh, look at all these guys running around belly aching in the heifer yard. I think we have 12 head of cattle going to the butcher this summer and fall, 2 a month on the month, and we're out of beef at market, so 'tis a good thing. It's getting to be steak season. We choose which ones go by just how they look, and of course, everything going this year is from 2020, and we may have a cull cow or two to go in the wintertime as well. So the next thing we want to do is secure this gate, and then we can take care of all these bellyachers. Oh my gosh, you guys got in here and you realize there's nothing to eat. It makes you even madder, doesn't it? I really missed hearing the cow's bellyache, didn't you? Didn't you miss it, Hill?
I missed it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Follow me. Follow us. Hey, you little ones. Nice to see you guys out and about. Little 2202. You're about 4 days old, aren't you? You're a good-looking calf.
Yeah, she is.
You're just a little gal. Hey, little one. There she goes.
Enough of that.
We got two more over there. 2201, 2203. You are a nice little calf. You are. Well, what are you waiting for? Then we've got Coco and her calf over there in that field. They've wisely stayed out of the fray.
I got some stragglers. Hi, Patty.
These guys beat me to the punch. They know where they're going. These other guys are coming along. Come on, cows. We're going down here. Calves, cows, steers, moms, heifers. We're going down to the lower field. Hey guys. Geez, I hope I closed that gate down there. I'm pretty sure I did. They're gonna go right into this field over here. Just gotta undo the gate. Oh, be nice to me. You guys, you're overshooting the mark. You're going in here. There's nothing to eat down there. I made hay off of that. Goofballs. You know, dealing with electric fence is kind of like playing Operation with risk involved. Come on, cows. Well, we're coming up here. Come on. Here we go. Oh, the calves got the idea. Hey, Carrie. Well, come on, guys. Yes, I know. Let's go in here. Come through the gate. You got the idea. There's some for everybody. Go head out and see what there is to eat out here. Here's our first calf, 2201 steer. It's the little things. You see a calf pee and it's nice clear liquid, and you know she's getting plenty of fluid from her mom. And her mom is Patty. Here comes Coco and her little calf. Another calf that's about 4 days old. Nice chocolate color. Hey, little one. You're a pretty calf. You are. You're a pretty calf. And Rusty's color just continues to amaze me. That nice tan to black to the front with the white inner hocks. I can't say it enough. That's really unique. Are you glad that's done, Hill?
Yeah. Yeah, that's always tricky.
Yeah. The more times we do it, I think the more we get a system down. I think running them through that aisle was pretty good.
Yeah.
Instead of letting them into the heifer yard and then having to force them into the pen. And I like to get them in at least a day before they're going to the butcher, because that way they settle down in the pen, and then when you open the trailer doors to them, they're more likely to go on. They're less excited, I think. It makes the whole thing less stressful for everyone involved. Do a little housekeeping here. Close up the gate of the pasture they were in. I didn't save myself a way to get over this.
I'll help ya. Have Pat climb over the gate.
I've got to get the grill ready. I'm going to cook a chicken for dinner tonight. Sometimes people ask for recipes of this stuff that I cook, and I'm giving you the recipe when I cook it. It's no more complicated than what I'm doing. Just getting the coal ready to light. Put in the baskets for the coal, and we're ready to start it when dinner time comes. I have a friend named Anna, and Anna is super nice. In fact, she's so nice that the other day she gave up her seat on the bus for a blind person to sit down. Nice to a fault, I guess, because right after that, she lost her job as the bus driver. I'll just go over here. Ah, it sure is windy. Let's go over and see how my new bale wagon is coming along. And I got some pork chops for Mom and Dad too. Dad's building this bale wagon for me, and I'm going to let him explain how it's built.
Well, we tried to build it long enough so we could get 4 5-foot bales on it, so it's 20 foot long. And then the cross members, the stringer that goes down the center are 2x8 channel iron, and they run the length, that's 20 foot. Then the cross members are 5-inch channel iron, and they're 9 foot wide, so our 5-foot bales will hang over just a little bit on each side. So our plan is that we can put 2 bales end to end across each one, and we hopefully can carry 5 more on the other side, 10 up on top of that, 4. So we're hoping that we can get at least 14 bales on it, is what the plan calls for. Hopefully everything, right now I've got everything just held together with clamps and measurements and things, and now I got to go level the whole thing out and then start welding it together. Probably another few days of work, and we should be ready to paint it.
And then there's just a 1/4-inch piece of plate that goes and connects everything on both sides. Yeah. So today is Dad's 78th birthday. 78, right?
78.
How does it feel to be 78?
Not any different than being 77. So as far as I know, it's okay. Everybody's been awful good to me, though.
But say somebody out there is 74 years old. What acquired wisdom would you give them in your 78th year?
Be good to everybody. Don't make any enemies at this late time in life. Sometimes I wondered if I would get to be 78. I sure am happy I am, though. And this is the kind of work that I enjoy doing. Can work at my own pace, and I work 3-4 hours, 5 hours a day, and then rest and read a book and go back to work. So I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. This is what I love about life.
His salary's really affordable too.
Yeah.
I just bring him some pork chops once in a while, and that's good enough.
It's like working on a garbage truck, $1 a week and all I can eat.
No, it's going to be great when we get it done. And we're going to paint it green because it's John Deere running gear. How about that? Oh, it's time to start the fire. I let the coals go for 25 minutes to get started. Let's go in and see Red and her piglets, and I've got some fresh bedding for them here. Huh? What are you guys doing over there? Looks like you were sleeping. Sorry to disturb you, Mom. Bedding's always good. Well, everybody's getting up. I'm sorry, guys. All right, I'm done tormenting you. Hi, little ones. How are you doing on this fine day? What are you doing over there? Oh, you coming to see me? Well, hello. Have you ever seen Mel Brooks in History of the World Part 1 where he plays Moses and he comes down from the mountains and he says, I have 10 commandments. Well, I feel that way with the piglets too. I have 12 piglets. No, wait. 10 piglets. No, wait. 8 piglets. Well, Red's down to 7 piglets. She's laid on 5 at this point, and it's frustrating. It is. And it's not an easy discussion to have, although some people want to make it easy. So I'm going to talk a bit about it. As a farmer farrowing pigs, I have options in the way I farrow them. I can farrow them like I do in an open pen. This pen's 12 foot by 12 foot. And in the cold weather, my corner nursery works well because the piglets want to go into the heat. But when it's warm like this, they don't. And inevitably, because mom is so big, she winds up laying on some. Now, some would say, just use a farrowing crate. It cuts both ways. It's not an easy discussion. On the one hand, a farrowing crate may save some of the piglets. It's not going to stop her from laying on some. All of the ones she's laid on have been laid on out toward the middle of the pen. Now, if she's standing in a farrowing crate and she decides to lay down, she would have laid on those piglets anyway. But it does help some with piglet mortality. The downside to a farrowing crate is you're confining the mom into a crate that's so small she can't turn around in it. And she can't really interact with her piglets because she's stuck in this crate that's not much bigger than she is. And then there's a creep area for the piglets to go into. That's the thing about filming with animals. You never know what they're going to do. Mom wants to scratch. So a farrowing crate doesn't prevent all the death. On the one hand, you may say, well, if it prevents one piglet's death, then that's a good thing, and mom goes through some discomfort, but it saves piglets. So it's not an easy discussion to have, you know, and it's not a knee-jerk, put in a farrowing crate, don't put in a farrowing crate. It's one of those things where if you're farming, you have to weigh the pros and cons. And every time we have a litter of piglets, I'm weighing the pros and cons. And I don't know. You get a scratch, Mom. You little guys. Hi, Red. I'm your scratching post, aren't I? There you go. That's what you wanted. So it's really not that easy a decision. I mean, there's all kinds of Humane Association groups that are trying to outlaw the use of farrowing crates, and they have good reason. Then there's other people that say, well, you know, it's better to be more humane to the piglets and put mom in a farrowing crate for a couple of weeks. It's not like you can put mom in and let her out. Once she's in, because once you let her out, she's not going to go back into that. So if you're going to put her in a crate, she's going to be in there for probably 3 weeks, a week before farrowing, a couple weeks after farrowing. I just can't bring myself to confining mom like that. But what I want to highlight here is that decisions made in farming are nuanced decisions, and they're based on a whole lot of different factors. They're not just do it this way because somebody else does it that way, or it's something you have to personally go through and figure out what you feel most comfortable doing. Hey Ezra, what are you up to? You want some food? Okay, I hear you. You spent the night tomcatting, didn't ya? You weren't around for breakfast this morning. Ezra, he comes and goes as he pleases. Sometimes he doesn't come home at night. And he shows up the middle of the next day. Hooey, it's windy out here today. And I have to tell you, I don't really trust these trees. They look pretty shady to me. I just love going through doors, especially when there's a bush growing next to them. Wait a second, you haven't fixed yourself yet? I thought I told you to fix yourself. I'm not dealing with this right now. We're going through another door and into here. Let's turn on the lights. Freezer town. I have to bleach and swab out this freezer because we're going to fire it back up for chicken. We're starting to accumulate chicken. I'll show you in a minute. I defrost each of these freezers whenever they're empty, which is about every 6 months or so. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're starting to accumulate chicken. Not a lot yet, because we're selling it very well at market. But when we get into the summer butcher season, the butcher season is, I think, 5 months long. And chicken season is year-round, people that eat chicken. So we put some of it away into the freezers to stock it until the fall and winter when we don't have any more fresh chicken and we can sell it through most of the winter that way. 25 minutes later, look at those nice coals. Dump them into the basket. I put chunks of hickory on top, just plain hickory. I didn't soak it or anything. Why hickory? Well, because that's what I got in the wood pile. I use lots of different woods. It doesn't really matter, it's whatever you like. Stick the chicken on. That's all you gotta do. Just, you don't need any gizmos or gadgets. Just put the chicken on its back. Put the lid on. Leave all the dampers completely open. And let it cook for an hour and a half for a 4-pound chicken. This is a 6-pound chicken. I'm going to cook it for 2 hours. You don't need to touch it. No seasoning, nothing. If it's a pasture-raised chicken, not that yucky injected stuff. Oh, not the door thing again. Who does he think he is anyway? I will now take a couple minutes and answer some frequently asked questions about having cattle butchered and storing hay. Number 1, do you rotate out your hay? Is it last in, first out, first in, first out, or any other kind of computer speak? The answer is, kind of. Doesn't really matter. Some of the old hay is down to feed the bulls that we stocked up in the old barn, and a lot of the hay from last year is back there in the very back. I had about 25 bales left over. That'll sit till the end of this winter probably, and then I'll pull it out and we'll feed it. No big deal. The only thing that degrades in the first 6 months or so of hay storage is vitamin A. So I've read from test reports. The rest of the hay, provided it's dried properly, stays relatively stable nutrient-wise for quite a few years. Number 2, is there any difference in the taste of a heifer versus a steer when you send to butcher? No, not really. The steers usually dress bigger because the heifers put more energy toward developing their reproductive system, and that's just the way it is. I can't tell the difference in the meat. Number 3, why don't you sell your heifers or use them to expand your herd instead of sending them to the butcher? Well, the answer is I don't want to expand my herd. I have the number of cows that I need to support my family right now. In fact, we need a few less than we have now because we're a little bit over and we're having to buy hay. I'd rather be able to make all my own hay. The reason I don't sell my heifers is because I can't get nearly the money that I profit off of them by sending them to market and selling them as meat. There's just no comparison. Number 4, do you let your beef hang to age the meat? Yes, we do. Our butcher hangs it for 7 days. Yes, beef can taste better if it's hung for longer than 7 days, but the most benefits gained in the first 7 days, and my butcher would charge me extra to hang it longer than that, and I think it comes out just great after 7 days. That's how long it hangs. Number 6, how much hay do you need per year? I need about 125 equivalent 5-foot by 5-foot round bales. Number 7, how much do your bales weigh? I don't know. I've never weighed them. I just know my cattle eat 1 bale every 2 days. Number 8, why don't you just buy all your hay and use your land to raise more cattle? And the answer is, because I don't want to. Number 9, how old are your stock when you send them to the butcher? Usually about 24 to 28 months old. Number 10, why don't you feed your cattle grain? Well, grain costs me money. I don't have the land to grow it myself. My market wants grass-fed, grass-finished beef. And I like the elegance of converting sunlight into grass, into meat, and all the environmental good that it does, both for the land, for us, and for the atmosphere. So that's why I do it. Plus, I make more money raising grass-fed beef. I can charge more per pound for grass-fed beef, and I have less into the animal because I don't have to go out and buy grain to finish it. And we tried finishing grain with some heifers last winter, and they didn't take to it very well. So, for me, grass-fed. And number 11, why are you talking so fast? Because I live in New York, you know. We all talk fast here. Got that? It's been about 2 hours and my chicken is done. The deal with laying it on its back is the juices collect in the cavity and help to steam the breast. Much better than tilting the chicken up for beer can chicken and all that, because it steams in its own juices. I'm pouring them out here. Close this back up to save the coals for the next time. Normally I would let this rest for 10 minutes or so, just to let the juices redistribute back toward the outside of especially the breast, but since I'm cutting it for you guys to see, I'm not doing that. It should just come right apart at the joints. See the juice run out of it? It's as simple as that if you have good chicken. And of course we have to try a piece. I love the wings, they're nice and crispy. Great food does not have to be complicated if you choose good ingredients. That's my belief. There's no seasoning on this. We'll put a little salt on it, or maybe the white sauce. I show how to make that in an old video. It's a local sauce. And we'll be having this chicken as part of one of our locavore dinners. We're having bok choy, all things that I bought at the farmer's market yesterday. Bok choy sauteed, fresh bread from a local bakery that just does an amazing job, and fresh strawberries, because strawberries are in season here. Sounds good to me. I'm going in to eat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.